So recently, Michigan Governor Rick Snyder ended the bottled water program for the city of Flint. Now, Flint, of course, has been dealing with having unsafe water, not being able to drink this water because of lead contamination, and they haven't had clean water for years. Now, of course, Snyder says, no, the water is absolutely 100% perfectly clean now. It's actually cleaner than other cities. Well, there are pictures and there's testimony, of course, that shows otherwise. But again, that's what they're going with, right? Now, in response to ending this bottled water program, the mayor of Flint, Karen Weaver, has decided to explore legal options to try to reinstate that program. On Monday, Karen Weaver and Governor Snyder decided to sit down for a meeting on what to do about Flint residents and their need for clean water, because that is a necessity, right? Now, did that meeting go very well? Not at all. In fact, Weaver said that the governor was dismissive about the concerns over these bottled water stations being shut down. And he basically told residents to, hey man, look, water's clean, get over it. Oh, get over it. Get over it. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Wonderful. Now, last week, as I said before, the government decided to stop giving away bottled water after they had determined that, oh no, the water's completely safe. But wait, nobody trusts the water, and for good reason. I mean, this was a failure at every single level of state government. And then you had the cover-ups, you had the lies, you had the dismissals, people being dismissed when they were bringing this up. Talked about this before. Everybody's concerns during the crisis were completely dismissed by state officials. Like, they would bring bottles of their water, and officials would be like, oh, no, that's completely safe. It's a little discolored. Would you drink it? No, I would not drink it. Well, then there we have our answer. They knew it was unsafe, and again, they would cover up. So, excuse the residents of Flint for being a little bit wary of when the government that has screwed them over and created this crisis in the first place says, we don't believe you. We don't trust you. You fucked us over before, and you've lied to our faces, and you've blamed us for, and you've charged us for poison water that we can't drink. You expect us to trust you after that? We expect you to you expect us to trust you. Hell no. I say, hell no. They need to continue this bottled water program. Okay? Look, let me give you some examples of the cover-up of why there is zero trust, rightly so, from residents of Flint to the government of the state of Michigan. Okay. For that, I go to the New York Times, right? Now, they reported back in 2016 that 6 state employees had been charged with crimes related to the lead water. Local state officials had said for months that tests showed that Flint's water had safe levels of lead. Just like they're saying right now, right? No, they're saying, no, the water is perfectly safe. Believe us, we've tested this now, and your water is even more safe than other places. Okay, well, again, they said that before. Now, according to the Times, officials used flawed testing methods, making the levels of lead in the water supply appear less dangerous than they actually were. Now, how did they do that? Well, some of the homes appeared to have been chosen for testing because they were unlikely to have lead contamination in the first place. They said that 8 of the 71 homes tested in 2015 were on the same block of Flushing Road. A relatively new water main on the street reduced the chances that the homes would test for high levels of lead. It was according to a suit brought by the American Civil Liberties Union. Now, the testing itself was also flawed. It was designed to create artificially low readings. Residents were told to run their taps for several minutes before samples were taken for lead testing. Now, this is a practice called pre-flushing. So they did those tactics, and they tested in places where lead contamination was more unlikely. And surprise, surprise, oh, the water is 100% safe. Don't worry, trust us, you can drink it. You can bathe in it. Well, again, is it no wonder, knowing that this happened, and we've known for years that it's happened, and the residents knew, because, look, they can turn on the tap themselves and see that discolored water. They knew. Is it any wonder why there is no trust in the community? And besides, even if it does turn out to be safe this time, even if they're not, messing around and trying to lie, still, would you trust your kids to drink that water? Or bathe in it? Or do your laundry in it? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. There's been an enormous breach of trust. This cannot be easily repaired. Now, Weaver apparently had told Snyder, I told him that this was a moral and ethical issue and the people of Flint deserve to be comfortable and have peace of mind and continue to use bottled and filtered water while we get through this process. However, the governor did not want to hear it. Well, of course he didn't. Because Governor Snyder never cared about the residents of Flint. A lot of these officials never cared about the residents of Flint. Well, they're poor anyway. They're majority minority, African American mostly, in that area. Why should we care about them? I know I don't give a shit. No, I wasn't elected by them. I was elected by rich Republicans. I serve corporate interests. In here, by the way, we're going to give Nestle a free water, basically. We're going to let them come in. We're going to let them take however much water that they want. But wait a minute. You still haven't fixed Flint. And to tie it to other news, remember the missiles that we launched at Syria? Those missiles that were launched cost more than what it would cost to replace all the pipelines in Flint for the water. Which is what we should be doing anyway. Replacing all those pipes. And until that is done, these people should have bottled water. We should not have ended that program. Now, the good news, as I said, Flint officials are now looking at legal options to reopen those distribution centers. So they are not taking this line down. In fact, Angela Weaver, chief legal officer for the city of Flint, says, quote, we have to explore all possibilities, and this is one of those. Well, for that, I wish her much, much luck, because, and I hope she goes after Snyder and the rest of the administration for their absolute institutional failures to protect the people of Flint. Imagine if it were another country that would come in and poison our kids and our residents in one of our cities. We would be at war right now. We would be launching endless supply of missiles. But when our own government does it, oh no, the water's safe. It's fine. No, go ahead and drink it. Go ahead and use it. And by the way, we're going to end this program that gives you peace of mind. Again, is it any wonder why there is absolutely no trust? They don't deserve trust. And so, look, we got to bring back those water distribution centers because we've already screwed over Flint for long enough. So it's about time that we do something. We continue a program that not only helps them, but also helps to reestablish the trust that has been broken. And so that's what we have to do. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.